episode 13? Yes, episode 13. I say that because after a while, you just stop counting. Like, I used to think I was going to be able to keep track, but it's really hard. And it's sad because it's like I'm doing all the things for it anyway, so I should already know which one, but that just tells you what my mind. But anyway, that's enough about me. But, well, actually, no. I'm going to do it. It's going to be about me. It's going to be about me because, I'm FatherB. Like, I don't want to say like I'm important, but I got stuff to say. Whether it's relevant stuff, it's still stuff. So, there's that. But anyway, welcome to the Young Talk podcast. This is FatherB. I don't know. Maybe we'll get Daddy Dark and 6-1 here later. I don't know. I told them this is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. Because this is obviously not the week this episode was supposed to come out. And personally, it's a little bit of it's our fault because I'm terrible with scheduling, and Daddy Dark is also terrible with scheduling, and 6-1 is just dead. So it's like we try and make the schedule for a certain day at a certain time, but then either I forget or he forgets, or I'm just like last week I just got burnt out. Honestly, I was just burnt out from last week, and I'll get into why because I've just been doing a lot of different things, but I was just burnt out and I didn't have it in me, the energy to do an episode. So I was just going to skip it. But then Daddy Dark was like, what happened? And then I was like, oh, well, I was just tired. And then he was like, okay, let's record. And then he was like, tomorrow. Denver. He said, I'll call you. Didn't call. So, obviously you can't rely on Daddy Dark to save you from anything, which is cool. So today is a proper day to be doing the episode. Today is the proper day normally. So technically, this is episode 13, but it would be 14. But shit happens. So here I'm here. That's all that matters, I don't know. Maybe I should do my camera. Maybe I should. Let me see. If I can get my camera. Okay, so obviously like the first couple minutes of this won't be camera, but like it's not that I hate my camera. It's just I don't like the way it makes you look as a person. And I don't know if that's saying more about the camera or if that's saying more about me. But here's what I'll do is I'll pause and then I'll set it up. Okay, so fun fact, I got the camera. It really wasn't that tough. Maybe I'm just lazy. But I mean, I like my other camera. I like my Sony camera because, it's a Sony camera and it's not a Logitech camera, but fucking tomato in these day and ages. So I'm also going to be playing GTA while I do this because it's just me. And I feel like I can multitask. And I have my notes right in front of me. And, it's going to be all fine. And, some people might say it's rude. Some people might, but, eat a dick is what I tell this. If it's rude, eat a dick, just to protest since all that's going on, But anyway, so why I was burnt out last week. I was burnt out last week mainly because I've been doing and do I have to do a job? Why did he ask me to join his thing and then not tell me? But anyway, I've been doing online classes a lot. I was looking into it like last week, a week or two ago at least, for some online stuff to do, and I was really excited about it. I was really happy because I found some nice little classes that weren't too. They were free, or there were some that were free.
Hey there.
Oh, they're
You don't know me,
freaking.
but
I gotta turn off my. I don't need to hear. The game, because it's online. What am I gonna? I don't want to hear kids. We'll get to GTA 5 too. I got some stuff to say about GTA 5, but there's some weird shit. But anyway, the online classes have been really fun. Like I found one that I did have to pay for, and then I feel like I shouldn't have paid for it because it was only 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks of a class, and it's an intro to screenwriting class, which I've already taken, at college. But I'm such a nerd, when it comes to this stuff anyway, that I'll retake a similar class just for the fun of it. Because you never know. Each class is a little different, what I always say. So you might learn something in one intro class that you didn't learn in another. And so far, honestly, this online intro stuff has been kind of fun. Like, it's pretty crazy. You just go in, after you pay for, like, you get the first week free on what is this called? It's called Future Learn. Yeah, on Future Learn, you get like you get this intro to screenwriting class 1 week free, and then in order to get the second week, you have to pay some money for it, which is like $30, I think. But honestly, it's pretty worth it. Like the people that they do on there, that they have on there, that they talk to, that they interact with. Daddy Dark just told me he's unavailable for the episode, which is cool. So that way I don't have to worry about that. But it's nice. He got okay. I'm not gonna spoil, but it's a good news. It's good news. Okay, cool. He has some good news. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's not my thing, but it's cool. But anyway, it's really dope. If you haven't taken, like, it's a small online class, right? So it's not like it's major, but I'm participating in the class. Is what's crazy. Like I'm leaving comments and ideas, and people are liking the comments. They recommend that you follow anybody else that comments you like or whatever. And people have started following me, and I was like, well, geez, like I ain't even, like I'm not doing anything that I don't think any other students would be doing. I just say what I feel or what I think is going on in the story or in the lesson. They tell about share your comments or whatever, and I'm just like, this is what I think. Oh, I think this is interesting. Or they'll send videos, or some of the lessons will be like videos, and it'll be like they'll just tell you what the general concept is, and then there'll be text under it to like follow up, and then you share your thoughts, and it's kind of fun because at least with an online class, you shouldn't have a fear of participating because no one can see you. They can only see what you write. So it's like if you want to say something funny or whatever, you could type that in the comment and it's fine. And I type like I talk, so I just type whatever I feel is interesting at that moment or whatever I resonate with, which is dope. So I really like it. I'm into the second week already, and I'm almost done with the second week. It is getting a little bit more challenging. Like the second week, I think you get what you pay for, because you do have to do, you have to do a little bit more thinking when it comes to some of the exercises. Then in the first one, you can kind of breeze through them a little bit, and the content is just a little bit more heavy. I feel like you have to learn the language by that point to understand what is going on. But all in all, it's not too bad. Future Learn has a ton of other courses too, but none of them I don't think I would take. Which you can get the option to like get this unlimited thing where you basically get all the classes or whatever. But I was like, I don't think I'm gonna need all the classes. There's only one class on there. It looks like for screenwriting, and that's that was it. So I took it. I don't know what's happening in GTA right now. It's just playing a game, or it's like doing cutscenes in the online thing that I can't skip, which is annoying. Can I at least put on a mask now? Okay, but that's what I've been doing. That's why I've been so burnt out, because that'll take up my morning, or whenever I wake up around 11. So that'll take up from like 11 to 2, 11 to 1. Sometimes just because like I like to I read the shit and watch the videos, and then after that I go in and then I apply it to whatever stories or whatever I'm working on. So that shit will take up time, in a day. And then by the time I finish all that, I just want to kind of like chill, smoke, play a game, eat maybe, because I have a habit of just not eating. Yeah, thankfully I'm not driving. When I'm like really into stuff, so that was good. But that's what I've been doing on the business side of my life, on the business side. But anyway, I don't know. It's been fun. It's really been fun. I've been having a really good time with it. Some of the people in those classes don't know what they're doing, obviously, or obviously aren't in film, like an actual film class, because some people find that like some of the concepts are really tough, and I'm like, it's not that tough, Or they like the way I explained how I did one of my things, I guess, because I made it seem really simple. But I'm like, it's not easy, Maybe it's like I just pick stories that you can relate to, because I don't know. I don't want to get into the is it politics of film? But I don't want to get into it. But what else have I been up to that's just, damn it. This game's so fucking stupid because you have to shoot as they drive. And it's like, how do you expect me to get this tiny ass reticle to get a shot on this fool. Is he dead? He's not dead. Oh, he is dead. Okay, cool. But other than that, high school graduations and college graduations. Let's talk about this for a second. Let's pause and talk about this for a second. Now, I forgot high schoolers, graduate. I honestly forgot that that was a thing. And it's not like I'm super old or anything. It's just the simple fact, like you forget, because in my mind, high school is nothing. High school ain't that important. Like we think graduating high school, this is my opinion. Graduating high school is not more important than graduating college, right? Graduating high school is like, congratulations, you figured out how to not be a kid anymore. That's the way I see it. Like you figured out how to not be a kid, and you decided that it's time to just be a normal person. Because when you think about, like when I think about how I was in high school, or not, like it wasn't like I was a bad kid or anything. Like I didn't get into trouble or anything, but just the way I was as a person, I'm not saying I'm better now, but I could very much say, yeah, I was a kid, like I was you were in the mindset of a teen. And I think it's like we graduate, it's like, and then we think we could just do whatever, but nah. I feel like graduating college is way more special, because that's like kind of like you've not only proven you can, because graduating high school is really just proving you can learn. That's it. That's all high school is really proving that you know how to absorb information, knowledge, and learn something. College is where you learn information, apply that information, gain life skills, and learn how to, be a human in reality. Someone died, damn it. And so that to me is way more of an accomplishment. Like when you think about the trials and the stipulations and the obstacles you overcome in college versus high school, it's insane. So I don't know, because everybody's been like congratulating high school graduates and treating them as if they're like, the fucking kings and queens of the world. Well, no, they're not, Congratulations. You, like, even if you didn't graduate from high school, you can go and get your GED, like, in 2 seconds, You just have to prove that you can read and write and do math. So it's like, it's not that big of an accomplishment when in reality, am I driving? No, thank God. It's not really that big of an accomplishment, because all you're doing is proving you can do some basic skills. And I dropped my earbuds. I'm an idiot, but it's all good. So I don't know. I personally agree. I was hoping I'd have Daddy Dark in it. Let me respond back. No worries. I'm gonna just respond back and say, So, in my opinion, I'm glad I didn't do this episode the way I was going to do it, because there's a lot of debating. There's a lot of things I want to debate about, and obviously, I can't debate if it's just me. I mean, well, I could, like, I very much could if you wanted me to, but I don't think you want me to go down that route, because then you'll look at me weird. You're already, like, you already see what's in my background. So it's, but I think college graduation is just more important. I don't think, not saying high schoolers don't deserve any credit, because I mean, some high schoolers maybe, yeah, but I feel like you may have, some people work too hard in high school. High school is high school. Why are you working so hard through it? You still got a whole nother thing to go through. I can't get the shot on this guy because the pole is in my way. Thank you for moving the car. Just run him over. Thank you. He's dead. Jesus. GTA is crazy. But I think college is more important. And that's the end of that statement, really. I just think it's more important. So yeah. Let's see what's happening here in GTA right now. This game's fucking ridiculous, dude. I only got GTA 5 in case anyone wasn't sure. GTA 5, because like it was $14 and I was like, that's not bad. That's not a bad price for a game, or at least for a game like GTA. And I know they've been dropping like an ass level of of sales for this game, like and I think that's crazy. But But it's a game. It's crazy because this is a game where you could give people like $1 million, and it's not like you giving them the key to life for the game because that $1 million can can drop pretty quick, which is funny because well, no, I still have, well, I didn't have $1 million a few hours ago, but you know, it's fun though. It is fun. In case you did want to know, my name is FatherB on or my character in GTA is FatherB, and I plan on making FatherB here in GTA. I plan on making him the empire, the king of GTA. I don't know how. I don't know if it's even possible, but we're starting, like, I'm literally starting from the bottom and I'm learning the ropes of the game, and then I'm gonna start taking over. I'm gonna start having people on payroll, so that way every time I log in, there's at least 4 people that are a part of my company, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, like, because they don't understand. Like, they think my character right now is a little, he's but watch, just wait, it's gonna be insane. I even got a mask because everybody has masks now. Can I not? Oh, I can't wear a mask with this outfit, which sucks. I wish you could wear the mask always, because then what's the point of buying the mask if I can only wear them during, during like certain jobs or whatever. But I guess I didn't make the game. I just pay it. I paid for the game, so. But that's fun, and it's really funny playing this game in the situation that we're in, or the circumstances we're in society, because it's like I get to run around as a black guy and shoot cops, and then they chase me because I stole in the car. It's like you can just live the stereotype, and it's fun. But that was the other thing I wanted to talk about was, well, not that stereotype specifically, but like it's in the world of society, right? Like the protests, the all the petitions and donations and all this, and a lot of crazy shit is happening. Like I recently, a few days ago, last week, I saw that the character from The Flash, Ralph, my boy, he's out of there. He's gone. They fired him because of a tweet he made some time ago, well before all of this. He made a slightly racist tweet, but it was supposed to be seen as a joke. It was a humorous joke, which, I get why. Or where the fuck is my team? Why are they so far away? But I understand, but at the same time, it's like, why? I loved Ralph. He was the best guy I've ever laughed at, and I loved him on The Flash. So it's going to be really weird to watch season 6 and figure out what they're going to do, because I don't know how season 6 ended because I haven't watched it yet. But then that means season 7 is going to look hella weird if at the end of season 6, right? Because so far what I've seen was they've been building this dude up, or they've been building him up to be like the new protector for like when the Flash goes into the crisis or whatever. And so it's like, what's gonna happen? Obviously, the Flash isn't gonna die, but like, what's gonna happen at the end of season 6 and then season 7? He's just not gonna be there, or are they gonna like pull something where he's just off, searching for some answers and then they just never find him, whatever, or he just never comes back? I guess that type of, I don't know. I don't like the way society is forming. Like it's getting to a thing to where we can't. Everybody's so. We were like, okay, racism, yes, is bad. Being racist is bad, right? Yes, I understand, obviously, but I'm saying like it gets to a point where we're overdoing it. Like I saw the tweet he made. They showed it on the story that when I was reading about it, and it's not like, I don't think it was something he should have got fired over. The only reason why I think he got fired over it was because we're going through what we're going through with the movement, and that's so messed up. Like, why is it he now is out of a job because of a joke that no one cared for 2 years ago, but now all of a sudden because you're trying to prove a point about how important Black Lives Matter, it's like, that's messed up. Like, I'm pretty sure the dude is not racist. I'm pretty sure he has no racist intent. But it's like, really? And then the the stars of the show are also said they were pretty upset about it, and it was sad. And the producers and everything were like saying, the usual producer bullshit. So it's stupid. I don't know. I hate, because I've been seeing a lot of these things. Like I've said it before. I think I said it in the previous podcast. But don't tell people how to protest. Don't tell people how to support. Like let them do it how they do it. Like if someone wants to support the protest or the movement by doing nothing but post, Black history figures, Black historian figures, Black inventors, or quotes from famous Black people, let them do that. Like don't tell them that's not enough, or don't tell them that that's not enough because they're not risking their life to be in a protest or getting tear gassed. Don't, like, that's your choice. You chose to be in the protest and put yourself in that environment. Not everyone is going to want to support in that way, So it's like I see these things all the time where it's like people get so mad at the smallest things, the smallest little fracture. And I understand when it comes to racism, and like even the smallest racist joke can still have, a lot of meaning. But it's also like sometimes a joke is a joke. Sometimes shit is just funny. Sometimes it's just funny to say a Black guy robbed that Chinese store. Sometimes it's just funny to go that route, because it's a fucking joke. And I think we got to remember that stuff. Like, I don't want to like see social media get so timid at one of the posts, what's the word? Fucking satirical things or risky things, on the internet because they feel like they're going to get attacked. Like, there are some people who are obviously racist. There are some people who are obviously supremacists. There are obviously some people who are just out there to do bad, but not everyone is like that. Like, like if it'll be different, like if obviously they make this one joke, right? And then you look through the rest of their profile and there's no sign of anything racist about, then clearly it was a fucking joke, So, or that's just the way I see it. And I already, like, it's like that type of shit, and Emma Watson, and then all this other, it's just so much. It's like people are telling you how to not be racist, I guess, or they're trying to make everything racist. Like, it's really tough. It's a really tough thing to attack, because you can't really define what's racist unless it has to depend on who it's coming from and what their intent is, So I guess that's the only way to look at it, but it's always so subjective with a joke or a message or a thought, because you never know how people are going to take it. And that's the scary part. But it's whatever. It's whatever. There's just so much. There's just so much. The Starbucks thing is ridiculous. Like, I think I understand as a business why they don't allow their employees to wear Black Lives Matter. But at the same time, I understand the frustration. Like, I think it's like, it has to be applied all the time, though. Like, that means they can't support Pride Month. That means they can't support, whatever other major issue or hot topic or potentially triggering subject. Because I understand, like, there might be someone who may not be in support of the Black Lives Matter that goes into Starbucks. There probably are, right? I'm not doubting it. But that might be triggering for them, maybe because someone in Black Lives Matter actually treated their family wrong. Or maybe, let's say, because here's the thing. There are bad cops. There are bad cops. But there are also good cops, and there are also cops who have no choice but to do their job and feed their family because this is all they can do, right? So, like, imagine you're a cop, right? And you have to go and stand at one of these protests in case something happens, right? And you're not against the Black Lives Matter. You're not against what happened. You're all in support of it. But you do have a job to do, right? And so let's say you're at this thing, and then something happens. Something goes down, like a fight breaks off, and for some reason someone thinks you specifically were involved when only thing was you saw what happened like everyone else, and now you're reacting to it. But then they don't give you that choice. Someone picks up an AR-15 abandoned in a police car because it's happened, and then they shoot you, and now you're dead, and now your daughter is upset, because someone from a protest during Black Lives Matter shot their dad, who was a cop who literally did nothing right? And then now she doesn't want to support Black Lives Matter because she thinks they hate all cops and they're just nothing but hate. And then she goes into Starbucks one day to get a hot chocolate because they sell hot chocolate. And then she sees that they support Black Lives Matter. That could be a triggering thing for her. So it's a long pathway, and it's a big what if, and it's a big speculation, and it may never happen. But that's probably something they're trying to protect themselves from. And it may be a small chance of that happening, but that small chance could lead to something crazy. They could be sued if that happens, you know? And so from a business standpoint, I guess that's where I see it. But from a societal standpoint, from a moment where I feel like, everybody kind of needs to be together on this, it's like kind of fuck that. And wear the fucking pin. Like, if you're triggered, I'm sorry, but I'm triggered too, Like, that's the way it is. So that's where I'm like, fuck, it's stupid. It's stupid. I don't think employees personally should be attacked because, at the end of the day, I know what it's like to be an employee for an unpopular department or service or whatever. And it's like, it's not that you 100% support, but at the same time, unless you're offering to pay my phone bill, my cable bill, give me food, whatever, then don't tell me where and how I should be making my money, Because we all got to make money right now. We're all still in the pandemic and we're all still broke. Like, it's crazy. So don't tell people how to protest is my main point in it. Don't tell people how to protest unless they're doing it wrong. Yeah, right? Unless they're I don't know how to explain that better. Don't tell them how to protest unless they're doing it wrong. i.e. looting, I guess, That's where I guess it stops. If you're looting, then you're doing it wrong. But for the most part, from what I've seen in my communities and my social circles, everybody is supporting, in the way that they can and the way that they know how. Because not everybody is a fighter, and not everybody is going to want to risk their lives. So you got to respect that. Because to be honest, I'm damn sure not willing to risk tear gas. I hear that shit hurt. Like, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I hear it hurts. That's all you had to tell me. I don't like things that hurt. So why would I put myself through that? Why would I risk putting myself through that? Like, I'm angry about everything, clearly, right? But I don't want to get tear gassed to prove that point. And and some people are at that mindset, but you can't criticize people for how they feel because everybody will feel how they feel. Some people like pineapple on pizza, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that no one ever says. Some people like pineapple on pizza, some people don't. But at the end of the day, we all like pizza. That's what we can agree on. We all can agree that pizza is the best shit ever, right? So whether it's pineapples, whether it's not, bro, it's a pizza. Pick it off or put it on and just eat it. Like, that's it. So that's where I'm at with that. So anyway, there's been Twitter. So obviously, I get a lot of my information from Twitter. I just look to see what's trending, and then I find what's weird. So Sesame Street now knows about racism, or they learn about racism, and I think this shit's hella cute. I'm gonna pause my GTA movement here for a second. If I can find the tweet, or not even the tweet, Sesame, I could probably just find it because it was going crazy. Sesame Street. What is it? They were on CNN and they talked about racism, which was crazy. Elmo learned about racism for a little bit, and I don't want to play the whole thing because it's really scary. Because first off, Elmo sounds like a Muppet, but the dude he's talking to, which I'm his dad, because he has a dad. Elmo's dad, doesn't sound like a Muppet, and that pisses me. That personally bothers me. People treat so other people. I want to listen to it. I want to watch it, and then I will talk about it. I'm trying to think. Do I have to screen record it? I technically don't have to screen record it. Nah. Well, I will, just in case. I've been trying to figure out how to do this video thing like to the best possible way because that's just the way I am. And I don't know if it's better to screen record it or for me to just watch it, download it, and then but the screen recording lets you get the pauses and all the shenanigans. So I don't fucking know. But I'll just do both, to be honest. Because I'm still learning, which I forget. It's like I'll figure it out and then I'll forget. But it's all good. So anyway, Elmo and his dad. Let's look at this. That's not. See, this is why. Because then this stopped. Ah, lovely. This stopped the recording. I'm just gonna put that down there. It's all good. It's all good because I knew that was gonna happen. This is why I don't do things. There we go.
Racism is when people treat other people unfairly because of the way they look or the color of their skin.
Elmo doesn't understand, Daddy.
I know, Elmo, but not all streets are like Sesame Street. I mean, on Sesame Street, we all
that was. Can I just pause? Oh my God! I did it again. I did it a fucking again. Okay. I hate myself. I genuinely hate what I'm doing to myself. This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. I'm just gonna restart it, if that's all right. I'm just gonna restart it, because I messed up, and that's fine, because we all mess up, and you know, it takes a big person. Nay, it takes a man, or a woman, to admit their mistakes. And you know, I messed up. Here we go. There. The video's back. In GTA, I'm not getting attacked. And we're gonna restart. We're gonna go back a bit. Okay. We're gonna try that again.
Other people unfairly because of the way they look or the color of their skin.
Elmo doesn't understand, Daddy.
I know, Elmo, but not all streets are like Sesame Street.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to pause on. Because that was such a... Why did he say... First off, you hear it, right? He's not a Muppet. Like, so that must not be Elmo's dad. So I don't know what's going on, but they need to fix it. Because that's scary. And if this is his dad, where has he been? You know? Like, I don't watch Elmo, like, recently, but from what I remember, this dude was never around. What is this? Watch a movie. Bet. This dude was never around, and he was never a part of anything. So why is he here to teach? I mean, I guess if you want to be a nice guy about it, teach Elmo racism. But where were you? Where were you when Elmo needed you? And the funniest shit ever is this video has 590 dislikes.
So, Street, we all love and respect one another. Across the country, people of color, especially in the black community,
he looks really
being
scary.
Treated unfairly because of how they look, their culture.
SpongeBob must get his nose from his mom.
Who they are.
And
what we are seeing is people saying
his hair.
Enough is enough.
Why didn't he get the eyelashes?
End racism.
Elmo wants to end racism too.
That was Elmo's dad, Louis, explaining racism during the CNN.
I don't want to watch this part. That's not. Those aren't Muppets. Those are liberals. So it's cool. That was fun. So Elmo learns about racism from his dad, who, you know, shows up once every 70 years to deliver the good word. And I thought it was cute. A cute way, because imagine being a little ass kid and then your mom being like, all right, we're going to watch the news for a second. You know? She's like, all right, we're watching the fucking news and Elmo's going to tell you some shit. And then the kid sits down all confused like, oh, okay. And then you just hear Elmo's dad, who, by the way, is not a Muppet, because his voice doesn't sound like one. talk about racism and the scariest shit. And when like I feel like that's the scariest thing is like hearing him say this is happening all around the country like there's no escape. You know, it's like thankfully they didn't do this shit in the Civil War. Like imagine he's telling Elmo, you know, the Germans are coming. It's happening all around the country, and it's very, very sad because not every place is like Sesame Street. It's like the darkest. That's the darkest episode. We talked about episode 847 last time. Shit, we need to be talking about the day Elmo went on the news and scared, you know, half his viewership because I was spooked. Like it's really weird, but it's weird, but I guess that also tells you where we're at because not only has Elmo been doing a lot of like things like that, but games have been doing it, and I think that's just weird. It's really weird to see it because it lets you know, or I guess it's not that it's weird. It's an even bigger reminder of how things are going. You know, it's like it's really weird. Because we're doing this battle, this war right now, and it's like we might actually win. You know? It's weird. I don't know if this is how it's always felt, but it feels like we might win. And the weirdest part about it is I don't know what that win's going to really look like. Because it's like you thought, to be honest, you know, we all thought we won before. Majority, most people, just about everybody, right? Thought we won. Because it didn't seem like the way it was, but it is the way it is. And so I don't know. I just don't know what the win would really look like. If we would even know if we had a win. Because it's like, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, you know. I guess, I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is just, it's been a generational battle, I guess, and who knows what the next generation is going to come into. They're going to be coming into some shit, you know? The next generation, they're going to come out the womb and be like, and actually make a quick 360. Was it 360? Make a quick 360 and turn right back, you know? Or is it the 270? 270. Because, you know, you just got to turn whatever, you know? I have a watch and I haven't done math in so goddamn long, but they're going to come out and then they're going to do a 90 and then another 90. So a 180. Yeah, they're going to do a 180. That's how you know I have not done math in so long. Geometry in so long because I have not. I had to use my watch as an understanding and then break the degrees down into 90 degrees, bro. Why is everything not 90 degrees, to be honest? To me, that shit just makes the most sense. But it's all good. So, anyway, how much time do I got? We got about 20 minutes left. What do I want to talk about? So I can talk about this really quick. So I did, yeah, okay. So I tried TikTok, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's not for me, you know? And I figured maybe there was something I'm missing because apparently 1 billion people like TikTok. And I can't be one of those billion people, unfortunately. There are some good TikToks out there, which I'm surprised to even say. Only because I see them in contexts that actually are interesting. Like I've seen another number of TikToks of things that I like that just aren't that good. But then like on Instagram or Twitter, I'll see something that's actually pretty funny, and it'll be what I feel like TikTok should have been, and not what it actually is. Because I scrolled through TikTok and the first few moments of it was disgusting. Needless to say, it wasn't really what I'd hoped it'd be. And I gave it a full 5 minutes, and you know, I don't know. It was a lot of the same thing as I scrolled through. It was a lot of the same thing. And it was just like, I don't get it. Like, I understand trends and I understand challenges. So obviously it's going to be But I mean, as in, it was the same shit. As in, like, it wasn't like why did I watch it? You know, what did I get from this? It wasn't anything. Like, I get more entertainment from the Snapchat subscriptions than from TikTok. Because the Snapchat subscription, some of these would be hella wild. Like, I don't know if you guys seen that man versus pain thing. Shit's crazy. Like, I watched dude literally take a python to the bicep for no reason. Like, I don't know why they do that shit. And it's so weird. And it looks like, it's obviously they're in a lot of pain because they scream that they're in a lot of pain. Beep. And so that shit's just really wild to me. But TikTok is terrible. That's really what I just wanted to get at, was TikTok is terrible. Don't delete it if you have it. Just stop it. It's really not that interesting for me. I don't know. Maybe it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. That's whatever. Let's see. So anyway, I got to visit my family. And I say that like I don't get to see them ever. But no, I got to visit I got to go to my dad's house for a couple times last week. And so a couple things. We have two animals there. First is the dog named Lacey. And she's pretty old now. She's like 7 years old, right? 7, 8 years old. So she's obviously up there. And she's always had this really small bed. And my sister finally got her this really big bed, which was pretty cool. I just got a headshot on that guy. What the fuck? Like, damn, I hope that was recording. I think it was. Yeah, it was. Excellent. Because that was crazy. I wasn't even trying. But she has this really big bed now, at least for her, because she's a little Jack Russell Terrier. So, like, it's not like she's super big. But she got this bed, and it's like this bed is bigger than her. So she just lays out on the bed now, and it's so funny. It's so funny, because, like, she's a lazy dog in general, personally, in my opinion. But then again, she's also old. But, like, you could tell when a pet is just so comfortable, or even when anyone is just so comfortable, because they'll lay, or specifically dogs, right? They'll lay with both their hands, with their paws together. Like, you know, their front two paws together, their back two paws together, and then their face just laying on the side. They'll be laying on their side. Kind of like, okay, this is going to sound really dark, but kind of like how a dead cow, like when you knock a cow over on the side, they'll lay like that, but not dead, and obviously sleep, and then they'll twitch, you know? Like, I thought that that's just something they always do, but I feel like that's only when they're having like the most comfortable sleep they've ever had. So I was watching her while I was sitting there. I was just watching her because I was curious to see, because she looked super comfortable. And I sat down next to her on the bed because, again, the shit's big as hell. So it's like you could sit next to her while she sleeps. My baby sister could lay in the bed next to her, and there'd probably still be room. So I was sitting there watching her, and she was twitching and everything. And I was like, dude, that must be a hella comfortable sleep. That's the dream, you know? That's the dream, is like when you're sleeping that comfortably. Like when you're moving, when your arms are like, you know, twitching in your sleep and shit, that's how you know you're having a good sleep. But anyway, that's what's been up with her. She's been hella chill. No, she's been on that bed always. Like, she's always on that bed now, which is hella funny and hella cute. Like, I feel like she's living like an actual dog now. Like, and what's crazy is you'll get dogs or pets new things, and then you'll see them do things that you didn't even know pets could do. Like, and this is how I feel like, you know, maybe we haven't treated her the best, because like I saw when she laid down one time, but it was in a weird way that I hadn't seen her. Like, I haven't seen her put her paws together and then like rest her head on her paws and sit down. Like, I've never seen her do that, or at least I haven't seen her do that in a long ass time. And I saw her do that, and I was like, holy shit, she could do that. I totally forgot. Like, I totally forgot that's a possibility, you know, for them to like lay and relax. And that's just hella funny to me. Because imagine buying your dog something, and then they start doing something that you didn't even know they could do. It's like you unlocked a secret power or something. And I think that's just hella funny. Let me see if I could fix this. Yeah, and I think that's just hella cute and hella funny. And then speaking of pets, So my cousin, she's had this turtle for like years, named Minnie, and like, but she's been off at college for the past 4 years. Recently graduated this year, and so she's been back. And Minnie's always lived in like this pretty small cage, or whatever you tank, or it's not small for her because she's like she's a turtle, so she's not that big. But no one would ever clean the water or take care of it really well. And so, I'm driving, damn it. And so it would piss me, or it'd be making me mad because I'd see it and the water be all dirty and murky for shit. And like I feel like Minnie wouldn't be having a good time. But anyway, they recently got her a new tank and a new filter. And what's funny is it's really nice. It's really nice. And then they when I was there the other day, my cousin, she was looking at the turtle, and at her turtle, and she was like, she feels like something was wrong with Minnie because she wasn't moving, or not eating. And at first, I didn't notice because to me, Minnie literally just stays still, because she's a turtle. And so I was like, that's weird. And my sister was like, that's weird. So they started investigating, and it turns out her eyes were swollen shut. And they weren't 100% sure until they were able to get in real close and be like, yeah, her eyes are swollen shut right now. And I was like, that's wild. Personally, I was playing the game, so I wasn't like, fully paying attention. And I was like, but then I was like, yeah, in my mind, I was like, yeah, it's probably because of the water she was in for, years. No doubt the water probably got her eyes all messed up, or she probably got something stuck in her eye, like a tiny little rock or something probably just got in there and got really nasty and annoying. But then they were able to clean it. They were able to get her eyes open, and whatnot. It was scary. I was like, I feel like turtles, because they don't make a lot of noise. So I feel like, when they're in pain, it's really hard to tell. But eventually they got it out. They got the thing out. She started eating again, or they didn't get whatever was out that was, like, I don't know if something was in her eye, but they fixed it. They fixed her eyes, and they looked online and said that it was common for her type of turtle to get, like, eye infections or whatever. But it's like, that's crazy, because imagine not, because she really wasn't eating until they, like, cleared out her eyes. Like, it took her a minute, I guess, to figure out where the food was, but once she did, she just started, snapping away. It was cute. It was dope. It was fun, and it was nice. I was glad she wasn't dead, because I was like, that's kind of messed up. So that's what's been happening. Damn it, this fucking dick. I died. But that's what happened with her. And I failed. Oh, not because I died, because he died. But that's what's been going on with my pets lately, and it's been fun. It's been fun. I say my pets, but they're not mine. I technically don't own either of them, but I took care of Lacey when she was in her prime, and I feel like she knows that I was there. She cares about me, and I care about her, and that's all that matters. So there's that. Anyway, that's enough of GTA for a bit. So I want to talk about, this isn't the song episode. Like, this isn't the song pod episode that I was talking about with Daddy Dark, where we'd come in and then we'd kind of talk about songs that we'd smoke to or whatever. But I do want to talk about, what was that? Oh, that was outside. Okay. I do want to talk about these two artists. First off, Sada Baby. Sada Baby is pretty crazy. Like, if you haven't heard of Sada Baby's music, then you should really check him out, because he does, it's pretty, some vibe type music. Can I play it here? I don't want to, like, blast my music, but yeah, I'll just figure out what song this is when I'm doing it. But it's pretty dope. I like it. I like Sada Baby. So we're not gonna go too much in depth, because I've literally only talked to him, listened to him for like a day, like, and by a day I mean like yesterday. So it's not like I know much. And my only reason why is because my sister, her boyfriend, my cousin, they all listen to his music and probably others that I've never heard of. And the music that they be playing in the car, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. So I was like, I gotta listen to that music. Add it to my bangin' beat bops playlist, you know? So that way when I'm playing GTA or Warzone or Skyrim, you know, fucking whatever, I got some nice jamming music. Oh, damn it. Ladies are trying to get... That's such a disappointing day then. Today is just filled with a lot of unfortunate events. I see. But Sada Baby is dope. I recommend Sada Baby. I'll probably link a song into you know, right here somewhere. Put it in there, and then you check them out. But yeah, I say 2 artists, but I'll save the other one for when we do the music thing because it's DPS, Daddy Fat Snaps. We already know Daddy Fat Snaps, so I'm not gonna go too much into the song. But I like the song. When I'll talk about it probably in 2 episodes. So you know, if we remember in 2 episodes, we'll see. But anyway, the last thing I want to get to this episode is psychics. So here's the thing. I don't know if the supernatural, spiritual, etc. exist. You know, I'm not someone who's 100% in it and 100% out of it. I'm a person who likes to believe. I like to hope that there's something magical or something spiritual or something inhuman out there, something unearthly out there, you know, calling the shots in the cosmos or whatever. I like to believe in that stuff, but I'd also like to have proof. Like I'm also skeptical about it unless I see proof. Like I need to see some type of information, some type of evidence, physical evidence that can genuinely put my attention on it, you know? So with psychics, with me, it's always I don't know. It's always a weird thing with me and psychics, honestly. But my sister really loves psychics. She gets into this whole psychic thing, and she does this thing, and she has this thing called California Psychics, where you can call them for a certain amount of dollars a minute, and they'll talk to you about whatever, you know, the category is that you want to talk about, whether that's career, life path, your love life, your relationships, your money, a lost object, a loved one, whatever. You know, they have a lot of options on there. And so I remember a while back I tried it. I've tried it a couple of times, and it's always been very interesting to try it. Whenever I have tried it, I have always been intrigued by the things that they've told me. But speaking on things more recently, my sister wanted me to do it because she said she recently got her past life read. And this is one of the things to me that I get a little bit sketchy with, because I'm like, if there are such things as past lives, I don't know how I feel about that, you know? Like, I think it'd be nice to know that this life isn't the end, or at least that, like, now that I've been born once, I'll probably get born again, you know, into another life, some decades, centuries, whatever down the line, which would be dope. And that'll make death a lot less scary and a lot less disappointing. But I also don't know if it's true. So my sister said she had her past life read. And basically when you do that, you know, depending on the psychic, I guess she talked to them about, you know, people she's always ran into in her past lives, or the type of person she's been in, you know, the type of life she's led. And she said they've been this life or that life, you know, like she talked about the relationship with me and her, and how, like, it seems like in every past life, because she's the oldest sister, like they said that she's always been the one kind of protective, or been the one to kind of be the older sibling, you know, like literally. But they said, I guess in this one, that it's kind of my turn to do that, to be the older one and the protective one. And I was like, yeah, you're damn right, in my mind, because I feel like, you know, just between me and my sister, a lot of the things that we've been through a lot of hard stuff, you know, as kids, and even going through it now as adults. You know, it's like I feel like I have always kind of had to be the older one, or the one that kind of has to help her get out of a situation, or talk her through stuff, or whatever, you know. And so I think it's interesting. But to me, it's also like, I feel like they're people that are good at understanding what you're going through and how to give you advice, to be honest. Like, I feel like it gets to a point to where, because like, I feel like when I'm having my future read, or if I'm having something told to me by a fortune teller, a psychic, I feel like it should feel like a genuine psychic review. To me, most of the time, it feels like they're telling me advice. To me, it's them telling me what, they're trying to coach you through something. Like, not more so tell you your future, but just how to deal with whatever circumstance. Like, and when you think about it when you do go to a psychic, what you're talking to them about. Most of the time, it's about a relationship. Most of the time, it's about a cheating person in your life. Most of the time, it's about someone's hiding something. And then most of the time, their answers aren't about your future, but like, they're usually like, you just have to relax, or just take your time, or I'm sure that this this is not this is blah blah blah. Like, in the way they're telling you it is as if they're telling you as if they're a therapist or a counselor. And I've been to enough of these therapists to know when someone's telling me therapy stuff versus when it should probably feel like the real thing. So that's where my part of me lies, where I don't know if it's true or not, because it's like, I know when I'm being talked to like I'm in a therapy session, because I've been in therapy sessions, or at least when I'm getting advice, because I've been given advice from so many people in my life when I'm going through stuff, or when there are tough situations, that I know what those words are. I know what to look out for. It's only every now and again where they'll tell me something where it's kind of like, I don't know. There's only ever been one psychic where they've told me something, and it's like, maybe it's something to look out for in the future, or figure out for in the future. And I don't know. I honestly don't know, because I don't know what to ask them when I go. Sometimes or when I do the thing. Like, I've used the California psychic thing a lot of times, but you got to have money for that shit. To be honest, because like, they'll do $5 a minute, but that's a lot of money. You got to $4 a minute is a lot of money, so it's like, you got to really have at least a good 60. They say you have to, like, to set it up, you have to have like a minimum of $50, at least. Because think about it, $5 a minute, that's about 10 minutes. You can get a lot of shit in 10 minutes, depending. If you also got to go in knowing what you want, Like, sometimes I'll go in and not be 100% sure. Like, I'll be like, okay, tell me about, this. Tell me about my sister, or tell me about my relationship between me and my mom. And then they will want a more specific question. I'm like, well, shit, you're the psychic. I don't know. Like, So it's kind of like, that's also the shit. Like, why do I have to come in and give you 1,000 damn pieces of information before you just tell me something I don't know? Like, tell me what I don't know. Or, that's what I want. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something genuinely I don't know, and that's going to happen. Like, tell me in 2 days from now, I am going to stub my toe on my chair by my door. Tell me that's going to happen. And then I'll be like, bet. And then in 2 days from now, it happens. I mean, obviously, maybe push it out so that way I forget that, or it's back, isn't far enough. You know what the fuck I mean. But yeah, it's like, do that. That's all I have to say. Because I don't know if this psychic stuff is real. They've told me a lot of different things, and I've taken in a lot of. I'm a gullible person. Let me put that out there. I'm a very gullible person. So you tell me something, and if you tell me it with enough sincerity, I'm going to believe you, all the time. So, I don't know. The only people that know are the people who have died, to be honest. And that's the scariest thing. But I'm not going to talk about death, because that shit scares me. So we're going to probably stop it here. So this has been awesome. I have been enlightened. I have shared my thoughts. And you know what? I did the video. So, I feel like I've done a lot today. I've done a lot this afternoon. And it's all good, because that's what you call being productive. But yeah. anyway, that's about it. So tune in next week or next time. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be back on schedule. But tune in for the next episode. I don't know what's going to happen next episode. I never know what's going to happen unless we plan it. Or yeah, okay, there is something that is coming next episode. PlayStation 5 debate, because they revealed it, a day or two ago, a few days ago. So we're gonna debate. My main debate, digital versus not digital. Which one? Because I'm not, you know what? We don't got time. We'll talk about it. But PlayStation 5, we got a lot to talk about because they showed a lot of stuff and they didn't do a lot of stuff. And we're hoping to see some stuff by the time I do this next episode. So this is going to be fun. If you like the episode, please, I mean, you can like and subscribe, but tell people, tell your friends, tell anybody that you feel would like watching or listening to podcasts, because that's what I like to do. I like to spread the word. If I find some funny shit, some interesting things, I tell people. So, feel free, tell people, share it. Show them a clip. I don't know. You ain't got to show them the whole thing, but spread the word that we're out here and we're dropping knowledge. Straight facts always. Just like Elmo's dad. Yeah. So please like and subscribe, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. But yeah, that's about it. Have a good day.